put a light on your objects and have nice shadows on there, and you have a light, medium, and dark, you're way ahead of the game as far as getting some dimension on there. So that's all I'm gonna do. That takes me 20 seconds to just do those quick shapes. Then I can step back at it and go, okay, are they in the right place? If you're standing, you wanna make sure you stay in the same place, because if you move a little bit, you're gonna be all over the place trying to correct yourself.
And I think I referred to the past. And I am very, very passionate in looking back at what's been done before. And Mr. Dumont, and this was part of the great fun in my career, the number of people that I met that had touched on other people before them. So when I was with Mr. Dumont, among the people who had studied with him were Georgia O'Keeffe, Norman Rockwell. And so I was being fed all this past constantly. And it affects me to this very day.
It's a lot of work making it look like you have fun, to be honest with you. But at the end, I want it to be disguised. I want it to feel like when you get up to it, it's an abstraction of sorts, but when you back up, it all falls together. And it's a knockout. I spend more time in the hardware store than But diesel, it'll help me get some edges that I typically can't get with the brush. I've used my hands, sometimes my nose, anything that'll work. But you have to try things. You have to do stuff that'll work with the edges.
This is the kind of watercolor paper I'm using, Strathmore. It's a nice heavy 140-pound paper. Our bristle brushes we use in painting with oil are like a broom, and they're just stiff, like sweeping with a broom, and they're not going to hold any water like these soft. Usually they're made out of pony hair, sable, really soft fibers that hold water.
Yeah, some people prefer not to be.
I haven't
Done the salt yet and the alcohol.
Yeah, we should have tried one.
Well, see.
The spraying the alcohol is really cool.
So put the color.
So I've set up this consultation with this renowned portrait artist here in Nashville. So
reflections too. They are the same color, but when placed next to blue, it should look a little warmer because of the cool. It's the same yellow, but it will look darker and warmer with a white background and more brilliant and colder with a black background. So that's why when I'm coming around to your canvases, oftentimes I say, hurry up and get some color on there. Or I have you tone the canvas with a middle tone so that the colors you're laying down are not against white, because every color will be bright against white, but that equal, because red and green are so powerful, equal amounts, balance. Light, this is a light bulb scale that I found, but I teach this in a lot of different classes in a lighting, in photography, and I wanted to just mention it in the color lesson, because when you go buy light bulbs at the store, people say, what kind of light bulb should I buy for my studio? And I loved this way. It was a wonderful foundation for me, and I still mix these at least 4 of those colors mixtures across the top there. It's only 6 color mixtures with white, but they're a wonderful place to start. And the nose is probably the most neglected thing on the face, all right, because the eyes take so much of our time and the mouth drives us crazy. And so the nose, we usually just stick a couple of holes there and we're good to go. I'm a Marines teacher. We are in his line of lineage as far as master teachers go. He was a instructor on anatomy at the Art Students League in New York. And we're training ourselves more and more to position yourself so that you can see 3 sides of any object that you're painting. You know, and our mouth is painted all one value as if it were flat across the face. So there's a lot of problems with that upper picture.
Thank you, Cecilia. You're awesome. And Grace's wonderful Suburban. We're almost there. Marty's Suburban. Thank you, Marty.
I'm gonna make some yellowish green for the top of the apple. What color do you think the front of that box is? I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Bluish
I'm trying to
to
hurry so
me.
y'all can paint. Light. I'm gonna leave that purple on my brush. The lightest light is right here.
See it all red, just with that makes it pop.
And there's nothing there yet. There's no real, it's not as light, and we get a little purple over here. It's not as light over here because the light can work with.
Yeah.
But if you just piddle and you're working like for 45 minutes on this, you stall out. But if you keep your brushes separate so that you're not making mud, mass it in, and then we'll come back and I'll go around and assess everybody and go, okay, this is what we need to do now. And you can troubleshoot a lot. When the baby comes, I'll just take her in there and y'all keep it.
Like somebody would take it.
I know, nobody did. And what it did was it helped not only with you being able to self-critique, but it helps us also develop a thicker skin. It's real easy to get on autopilot and in our lives, with our spiritual walk, and also in our art, and just keep doing the same thing. So paintings have such a power to move our emotions, and so that's important. And then the second stage is affirmation, and that's intentionally encouraging yourself about your art, because at least you're doing it. There are many, many people in the world who talk about it and criticize it, but they don't actually ever pick up a pencil or a brush. You know, some of those sideline critics. And you got a good looking sheet to be on too. Oh, cool. Is this the first time you've done this?
Yeah, it's a disaster if you can't tell.
No. Why do you think?
word right, continuously pass the gifts to the right until you hear the word left. Then
Salud, Lirita.
I don't have a drink, but I do this one. Like fresh as
Like, I don't know what this
I want to toast to art class because art class has the best memories, the best art teacher, the best friends. And I just want to say I feel so blessed that you guys get to be with me and you get to be in art class. You get to be in art class.
Until you hear the word left, and switch directions and continuously pass the gift to the left. Are you ready? Here we go. Frost.
Slow down just a little.
Sorry.
Let's get rid of that. And it's one of those cool pins.